I wasn't kidding. I really did get a tattoo that says 2K TV.
No, wait, this is real?
This is real.
That's crazy. When did you get this?
At Summer League.
I love it.
So where are you going to get yours?
We'll have to figure that out for next season.
2K.
Well, we know the players enjoyed the rest they get during All-Star Weekend. But, Greg, you think it should be moved to later in the season?
I like how the current format splits up the season, but it seems more fair to hold an All-Star towards the end of the season so that voters get a more complete look at each player.
Now the starting group for Orlando. In the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. The guard set is Fultz and Suggs. And it's Isaac in at the 3 slot. Now, here's Suggs. Coming off a solid outing against Portland. Hood deciding where to go with it. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Fultz, the pass to Isaac. Back to Fultz. Pass to Isaac. They get a hand on it. Olynyk with the steal. Here's Hood. Good. Nice job down low. Hood's got 7.
This is what they like about marketing. He will make the next pass when the defense overplays him. Anytime you watch the Jazz, you have to think back to those great Utah teams of the 80s and 90s. They easily could have won a few rings.
Now, here's Isaac. This game out, he had 14. Here's Fultz. Rejected by Hood. Pass to Olynyk. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Maybe even more than a few. And Smitty, it seems hard to believe those Jazz didn't win a title or two.
Kevin, well, if it wasn't for a player named Michael Jordan, they probably would have. Those Stockton, Malone Jazz teams ran into Jordan twice in the finals when he was at the peak of his career.
Here are the Magic now. A slow start here for Orlando in this one. 7-point differential. Banchero kicks to Suggs. To end the run. Rebounded by Hood.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Tries a 3. And again, it's the Jazz from deep.
This has been a tremendous quarter for him. Everything he puts up now looks like it's going in.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic.
And the Magic have been one of the league's worst offenses in recent years. In fact, it's been over a decade since they've been average in that regard. Drafting a ready-made weapon in Paolo Banchero, they hope can help them take a step in the right direction.
Utah's on defense. Fultz finds Isaac. Back to Fultz. Here's Banchero. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. Lock at 6. Hood against Fultz. Over Hood. Almost, but it rolls out.
Oh, my God, they can't buy one. 0 for 4. Sometimes this happens.
Inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Magic trail by 12. Carter, the pass to Isaac. And here's Fultz. Over Hood. The Magic again can't hit.
Hard to create space in that mid-range area. He would have been better passing that off.
It's hauled in by the Magic. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Utah.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it'll be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
Very difficult game to predict. They are not familiar with each other. I expect to see a lot of in-game adjustments tonight on both sides.
And the Jazz, another 3. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle step. For the Jazz.
Well, it's tough to score when you're getting stuffed on every attempt. Great job getting the hands up so far, making life difficult on shooters.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. And for Orlando, it's been a tough decade. We would agree on that. And Greg, they've only won 2 playoff games since 2012.
Well, they've only made the playoffs twice in that span as well. So they've got a lot of draft picks lined up in the next few years, and they need to make good on those high picks.
Orlando making some changes. Goga Bitadze's checked in for Wendell Carter. Cole comes in for Jonathan Isaac. And Anthony subbed in for Markelle Fultz. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Now, here's Suggs. Defense right on him. The shot off that time. And it's Utah's ball. 15 points in a row. A good run right now. And it's in there. 15 points for the Cobra.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Here's Anthony after the made shot from Hood, and the shot is good.
And at 7'2", Bol has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
Here's Hood. Again, the Jazz score.
Man, he has been locked in this quarter, shouldering the load at the offensive end.
Anthony, the pass to Bitadze. Lets it go from deep. Can't hit that one. And it's Utah the other way. It's pass from Hood. Here's Horton Tucker. Drops it in from 11 feet.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
Now, here's Suggs. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Passes to Bol. Now, Suggs. 5 to shoot. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Offline with his 3. Jazz leading by 19 points. Hood for 3. And the Jazz another 3.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
Now the pass to Suggs. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Bitadze, defended by Jones. To the middle. Here's Suggs. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Well, bigger than your average guard, Suggs can score all around the floor, including down low.
Outside Hood. And it's in. Oh, wow. He nails the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
That is situational basketball. It takes a good understanding and good execution.
And so it's the Utah Jazz cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be right back after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a very convincing performance from the Jazz. Carter kicks the ball. Pass to Banchero. Fultz with the ball. Covered by Hood. Bull with it. Markkanen on him. And here's Banchero. And Bull wide open. He shoots. Nice open look, but it's no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. Orlando has a very young roster. Coach Jamal Mosley says, one thing I've said to them is dominate the simple. The more we can keep it simple, the better we'll be. Not overthinking things, just playing off instincts and reaction. Kevin, back to you.
Good place to start. Makes a lot of sense. David, thanks. And there's already a loyalty aspect to Banchero's makeup, starting with the tribute to the city he grew up in.
He literally takes Seattle everywhere he goes. You look at the tat on his right bicep. It has the Seattle skyline, Mount Rainier, the street he grew up on. In terms of his character, that indicates deep roots and a solid foundation he can build on.
Two.
That free throw, good from Banchero. There is so much young talent, Steve, in today's NBA. That being said, whose game should an up-and-coming player try to emulate?
For me, Kevin, for the 25 and under crowd, The guys I love, Luka Doncic, unbelievable. Ja Morant, Anthony Edwards, LaMelo Ball, and it's a whole slew of others.
An elite prospect with very few holes in his game. Banchero can score from all three levels, makes plays for others, terrific rebounder, and the list goes on and on.
And even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, it looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
There's a minute 34 left in the first half. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Any scouts had Banchero as the safest pick in the draft. Would you agree?
He and maybe Jabari Smith Jr. What separates Banchero a little, he's an elite back to the basket scorer. Those guys have become increasingly harder to find.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Now, here's Suggs. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. He kicks to Banchero. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The Jazz shooting a mind-boggling 79% off the floor. Stolen away. To the paint. And it's Suggs missing.
There's the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
Hood for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Hood's got 11 points in the quarter.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Here's Fultz. That one off the back iron and out.
He's doing what he can to help them cut into this lead. His shot just isn't quite there tonight.
Outside Hood. And there's another one for the Jazz.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's the Jazz opening up a huge gap. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game here from the Cobra.
As impressive as the block totals are from him early on, they don't even tell the whole story. He's changed countless others.
Yes, defensively, what they've done, they've funneled people his way and banking on his ability to intimidate.
And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our
right, we're here at the 2K headquarters, and the dev team is working feverishly to get 2K24 out the door for all of you. And one big step in that process is actually happening in
Well, Grant, we've seen the NBA evolve quite a bit since your playing days. How do you think you'd be used in today's game versus when you played?
Well, B.A., with the spacing in today's game and my ability to slash to the rim, I think I would still be able to get to the basket, dominate in the mid-range, but I'd be shooting way more threes, and I would see more minutes playing as a small ball power forward as well.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Philadelphia 76ers. P.J. Tucker is out there with Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Daniel House. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Harden in at the point guard position. Buries it from three. Pass to Tucker. Back to Harden. And Harden with the slam.
Boy, Tucker ever unselfish in how he goes about his game. Nice job finding his teammate there.
Marking it outside. Back to Hood. From deep. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
To the left side wing. Tucker finds Harden. Clock at 6. And then Harden with the jam.
You know, when Harden gets deep inside positioning, he's ready for the throwdown because he's more athletic than people give him credit for.
And Harden, a former league MVP, 3-time scoring champ. Grant, the only thing he's missing is a title.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, it would only help cement his legacy. For years, he'd carry his team only to run out of gas in the playoffs. But postseason success counts for a lot when it's all said and done.
Here's Harrell. Utah with the rebound.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Here's Hood. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
For Philadelphia, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Harden, the pass to Harrell. Outside Maxey. To the paint. Here's Harrell. Can't get it to drop. Now the Jazz take it the other way. He shoots a 3. Shots good by Hood. Hood's got 15 points.
I just love the ball movement.
They're having very little success right now.
And they really could take a different approach, right? Find something that works.
Here's Tucker. The Sixers with another miss. The Jazz have gone 5 of 5 in this quarter. Solid. Takes the 3. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Last game matched up with the Thunder. Tough loss there.
They hit a couple big shots, but overall, there was a lack of consistency. Just not their night at the offensive end.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
Jazz on D. Harden. And then Harden with the jam.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And, you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Jones, he's checked in for Utah. The 76ers also with a sub. Milton is checked in. Well, whenever you bring up the 76ers, you instantly think of Joel Embiid.
Oh, no question. He's the face of this franchise. Embiid is as good as anyone in the league. Off the floor, Joel is willing to take the blame when things don't go right. That's who you want as a leader.
Harden misses. For Utah, they've gone a perfect 7 for 7. Here's Hood. Sinks the tray. Hood's got 24 points.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Now here's Milton. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game.
He did everything in his power to make that a hard shot.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And it's good for 2. 26 points for him.
He's rolling. The best start to a game you could hope for.
Talk about putting up points in a hurry. He can't miss right now.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Utah with the ball. Here's Hood. Hits a three-pointer.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
I mean, Jordan Clarkson is huge in the Philippines. His family with roots there, traveling out to Manila with NBA cares, drawing huge crowds.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Reed's checked in for Harrell. McDaniels comes in for House. And it's Melton in for James Harden. And Clarkson in 2018 suited up for the Philippines national team.
NBA Clarkson's NBA games are a must-watch in the Philippines. Kids watching Clarkson's games in the morning before heading to school. They say, forget the cartoons. We want to watch hoops.
Now here's Hood. A 35-point game for him in the win against Orlando.
And he really contributed on defense. Brought the intimidation with 2 big blocks.
Here's Jones. And he buries his first look.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Fantastic replay we just saw of the Mobile One drive.
I love it. Making their own luck. You don't want to let off the gas with the lead. Continue to make things happen.
Hood with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Outside Hood. Hey, expanding his range. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Now here's Melton. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. Reed. Another miss. Boy, they're in a funk right now. Now here's Hood. Maxey covering. Outside Hood. Puts up a 3. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
And so it's the Utah Jazz building a mountain of a lead, up 31 points as this quarter concludes. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. All right, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
Kelly Olynyk is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Talen Horton-Tucker, and it's Hood in at the point. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Brian, Sixers head coach Doc Rivers earned the nickname Doc back in college for wearing a T-shirt with Julius Erving on it. In the NBA, he said, quote, "The first game I started was against the Sixers. I went over and said, Dr. J, how are you?" And he said, "Doc, how are you?" I said, no, I'm Glenn." But he said, "No, you're Doc." And that made me feel like $1 million, guys.
All right, thanks, Allie. Pass to Maxey. Here's Tucker. Oh, it's stolen by Hood. You know, with all the dunkers out there, some players make sure they don't end up on too many posters. Grant, you ever make a business decision?
Yeah, B.A., you know, I made a few business decisions through my career. Look, as a competitor, you want to make sure that you can play defense, give it your all, contest at the rim when you feel that you can. But when someone like a Vince Carter, in the midst of insanity, that's when you make a business decision.
Good! Another from three.
And this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for third now for most threes in a game.
And the points keep piling up, and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from downtown. From 11 feet away, hey, nice D from Hood. Utah's got it going from deep. 3 for 3 so far in the quarter. He tries for three, and again for three.
There it is, a shot that puts him tied at the top of the record books.
And he just can't be denied from deep. Now he's tied for most threes in a single game. Amazing. Now here's Harden, guarded closely. Pass to Harrell. Outside for Harden. Just 5 to shoot. Knocks down the triple. Harden's got 5 points in the quarter.
Harden, so versatile offensively. He initiates. He can play off the ball. He can beat you in transition. He's going to get his points. You can bet on that.
Here's Hood. Good. Another from three.
Unbelievable. Gets the record with a beautiful three.
A new single game record and a night that everyone will remember the rest of their lives.
And the crowd letting him know they appreciate greatness.
He's been nothing less than great. 3-pointers at a historic level.
Well, that basket has to look as wide as a swimming pool for him right now, because he is splashing in every three he takes.
And the 76ers making a change here. Reed's checked in. And here are the Sixers now. And a miss there off the inbound. Hood with it. Harden picks him up. The three ball. And again, it's Utah with a three.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball. And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
Those kinds of plays are the ones that get you on the lead and help keep you in front.
The Jazz making a switch here. Gay's checked in. For three, Maxey. Rebounded by the Jazz. Their last meeting was in Philadelphia, where they were unable to fight off the Sixers.
And in their last game against this club, turnovers really were a problem for them.
Yeah, sloppy play sabotaged them. I mean, they'll have to be much more focused this time around.
For Philadelphia, they've gotten only 2 of 8 field goals to go in the second. Pass to McDaniels. To the middle. Here's Reed. Melton, right side. Will it go? Can't get it to go, making him 0 for 2.
The shooter thought he had enough space, but the defender was right on him.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot.
Shots good by Hood.
12 consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And, you know, they've got to be careful, because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Sinks it from distance.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Pass to Maxey. 5 on the clock. Here's Reed. Here's Melton. Outside McDaniels. Milton for 3. Rebounded by Gay.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
Oh, connects again.
This game has his name written all over it.
He has been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Pass to Reed. Outside Maxey. Oh, they need this. Oh, he can't sink it. He's 0 for 3. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Hood. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Maxey against Clarkson. Outside Maxey. Melton on the wing. Fires the 3. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Clarkson. And so it's Utah. And they're up an insane amount going into the break. And they've been shooting the lights out from the... And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. And out of bounds, the 76ers will take it. And so it's Utah easily grabbing this one. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching. We'll see you next time.
game early before launch.
Yeah, so we've been doing this for like 3 years now, this type of event, and it's been awesome. Like, it's probably one of the most helpful things we have because we work all year, and we're in our little silo, we're building our game, and we think it's in a good state, but until you get these players who play all year long, and they're
a lot of focus on the guard matchup tonight, Greg. Both these teams rely on their backcourts to lead the way for them.
And if anything, it should make for an entertaining basketball game. And it becomes a little bit of a chess match when it's a backcourt duel. Those are always fun.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, they've got Lauri Markkanen put out there with Clarkson. Then it's Olynyk. Clarkson for three. Cans it from downtown.
Well, the one thing about Clarkson, a little bit inconsistent from deep, so that's a welcome sight for his team.
Now the Timberwolves with it. It's a three-point game. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
It's not just the decision-making, it's the ability to put the pass where it needs to be, when it needs to be there. Mr. Markkanen, well done, sir.
Pass to McDaniels. Outside Conley. Off target with his three.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Well, tremendous effort, tremendous timing, the ability to alter shots on the perimeter. That was beautiful.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Conley against Hood. Shot clock at 6. They need this. Doesn't go that time. The Jazz go the other way with it.
Well, conversions have been a problem. 0 for 4.
To the inside, Olynyk lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
Minnesota's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside.
And last year, Minnesota had a tough end to their season. In their 10th playoff appearance, they made their 9th first-round exit.
Now, here's Reed. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. I don't think the Timberwolves, Greg, plan on letting their playoff statistics discourage them at all.
And that's kind of the beauty of this squad. They're out to make new franchise history, not focusing on the past, just keep evolving as a team.
And the Jazz making a change here. Gay's checked in. First free throw is good.
Anthony Edwards is one of the most explosive athletes in the league. He can burn you with his perimeter jump shooting. He's dangerous in transition. And look out, folks, the upside is there.
And Edwards drops them both. And you look at Anthony Edwards, and GA, he is becoming the leader of this Timberwolves team, isn't he?
I think he is. I mean, partly it's his production with his numbers up across the board, but it's also his personality. He plays with tremendous swagger.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Conley scanning the floor. Towns, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Exactly what you love to see from Cat, that aggressiveness, that assertiveness on the backboards.
Down low. Gay, that's good.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Timberwolves trail by 9. Conley kicks to Edwards. Gay against Towns. Rebounded by Hood.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Inside. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip. And guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
I'll tell you this, if you're going to allow your opponent to make that many shots, you have got to be as solid on the offensive end, and clearly they were not.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Daniel Tice is checked in for Reed. Kyle Anderson comes in for Towns. Torian Prince, he's checked in for McDaniels. And it's Noel in for Mike Conley. Now here's Prince. Anderson outside. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Noel rejected by Hood. Over Anderson. Again, the Jazz score.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Timberwolves trail by 13. Moment here now for an injury report. Let's get an update on Olynyk. What's the status, David?
Hey guys, Utah's head athletic trainer gave me an update. He told me that he bruised his rib. He's got a pretty good mark there, and he is really feeling it. You don't want to hear this news, as most teams are starting to hit their stride, so they're going to miss him while he's recovering from this injury. Kevin?
Well, thank you, David. Hopefully we'll see him very soon. Prince wide open. And a miss there on the triple. Looking at the last game for the Jazz, it was a win against the 76ers.
You don't like to count on points from your reserves, but they had some hot hands coming off the bench.
When you get that kind of a complete effort, that's a game you're going to win far more often than not.
So it's Minnesota now, following the three from Hood.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
This is his first free throw of the game. The first free throw is good. And so in the game for the Jazz, they've got Jordan Clarkson. Lauri Markkanen is out there with Olynyk, and it's the Cobra. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Jazz leading by 15. To the inside. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. The Cobra in the last game against Philadelphia played some huge minutes. He ended the game with 68 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what became a great exhibition on his part. A very solid stat line for him in what was a terrific outing. And you know he wants to keep the momentum going, Kevin.
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
One of the things I like about this guy, he's able to up the intensity whenever needed, and players really feed off his energy.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And it's time for an injury report. And now David Aldridge has an update for us on Mike Conley. What's the news, David?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Timberwolves let me know the status. And guys, he says it's just a bruised shoulder. Good news, because at first they feared it was much worse. And they count on him to provide in all ways. Now that he's out, they're in a precarious situation. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
And not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
And our hearts go out to him. The guy works so hard. His teammates love him. Coaches love him. He's going to be missed. Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Minnesota calls timeout. Well, we know the NBA has worked to get rid of the hard foul, Doris, and the league has done a great job of doing that. What has contributed, though, to that line of thinking?
Well, I think any play can be reviewed, Kevin, and that's a good thing because if it's a non-basketball play, then you open yourself up to a flagrant 2. The punishment is significant enough to discourage the action. I love the rule changes as it relates to this particular infraction.
Rudy Gay's checked in for Olynyk. Offensive rebound. Noel, no good.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Here's Noel. 14 points from him the last game against Cleveland.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Now, here's Clarkson. Hood for 3, and the Jazz another 3.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Back to Edwards. Passes it to Reed. To the wing right side. McDaniels. Off the mark, and the drought continues. For Utah, they've gone 8 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Really flowing here. And he converts the layup.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Here's McDaniels. That one, no good. Excellent D there from Markkanen. Hood deciding where to go with it. Puts up a 3, and the Jazz another 3.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Noel. It's deflected.
You know, scoreless this quarter, and it's not helping them battle back.
That's a 2 from Hood. Again, the Jazz score.
A lot to like about the way they're playing right now, but still plenty of time left.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves.
Count it. Noel's got 6 points.
Really off on his shooting. Just 20% this period. Looks like he's getting a bit frustrated.
Right side Hood. Three-pointer on the way. Through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there. Here's Edwards. The putback. Utah with the rebound. Hood on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. Drains the three-pointer. Hood's got 29 in the game.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
And so it's Utah holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Happy Martin Luther King Day, everyone, and welcome back as we get going again here at 2K Sports. We're seeing a tremendous game here from the Cobra.
Well, he was putting on a passing clinic in that first half, set up a lot of their mates.
Doing such a great job of orchestrating this offense. I love the way he has been in complete command of the offense.
Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniels. Reed is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Conley in at the guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
Like, we focus on gameplay for this event, and they come in with very fresh perspectives on 23, right? So they've been on it all year long, so their brains there, they're still using like kind of exploits or things that they really like in 23 to try to be successful. So they come in trying to do those things right away, and they see that a lot of things have been fixed or changed, and so for us, it's helpful for them to
And looking at both of these teams, Richard, both great passing squads, two of the better assist teams in the NBA.
This is how basketball was intended to be played. A team offense, making the extra pass, moving the ball. This is the type of basketball that basketball people love to watch.
Yeah, it's a beautiful brand of ball for sure. Just a joy to watch. Now the opening lineup for the Brooklyn Nets. They've got Dorian Finney-Smith. Also Ben Simmons out there. Mikal Bridges is out there with Joe Harris. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point. Now here's Hood. Really played well against the Clippers in his last game.
Draw them in and kick it out. Great execution to open up an easy look from outside.
Pass to Harris. Bridges against Clarkson. With some arc. Bridges misses. In transition, here come the Jazz. And he gets the bucket. Hood's got 5 now.
Get it out ahead on the break. That's what you want to do, and he delivered with that pass.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Now here's Finney-Smith. Taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game. Pass to Simmons. That one falls.
The paint is where Simmons excels at finding points. He knows how to own the inside. Oh, and last summer, Ben Simmons had surgery on a herniated disc. I'm not a back expert. I'm more of an ankle guy, but hard to be effective when that area is just not right.
Now here's Dinwiddie. We saw him with 19 his last time out. Harris outside. Down low. Dinwiddie, no good.
Okay, it's taking them a moment to find their rhythm, opening the game with some uneven 1-for-4 shooting.
And last season, Ben Simmons caught some flack for not suiting up in the playoffs. Grant, you think his surgery quieted those voices a little?
I think it did a little bit. But, at this point, it's going to come down to his performance on the court. He does have something to prove. It'll be interesting to see what he does.
Now here's Harris. Jacks up a 3. That one's off. He's 0 for 3 now.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
Here's Hood. And again, it's Utah with a three.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Marketed from long range. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
The ball's knocked loose. Oh, it's stolen by Hood. Oh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Brooklyn's gone 0 for 2 from outside. Dinwiddie outside. And that one is stuffed right through.
Terrific playmaking from Simmons, getting the ball into his hands off a wide open shooter.
Outside Hood. Oh, he tries a three, and he sinks it again. 7 of 7 from the field now.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Bridges with it. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. Pass to Finney-Smith. Now Dinwiddie. 6 to shoot. Hood pulls down the board.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
From behind the arc. Rebound Brooklyn. This game against Utah, the first time they've met this year.
And with this matchup being East versus West, this is the first of only 2 meetings between these teams.
As a player, these ones are fun. You get to match up with guys you rarely see.
Now here's Dinwiddie. And you look at his numbers, just over 21 a game.
Man, the defender really went after him.
And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Jazz. Free throw good, Dinwiddie.
And in 2021, when the Nets traded for James Harden, they became the favorites. And after it all fell apart last season, many were left wondering what might have been.
So he makes both from the line. You know, for the Nets, history repeating itself. Think back to 2013, their trade with the Celtics, creating another star trio. It didn't work out, and it set the franchise back for years, RJ.
Yeah, but credit the front office. They made something out of nothing. They got young assets, and they got them these stars. And they are still in a relatively strong position because they got a ton of picks in return.
Here's Thomas, taking a look at his numbers, averaging about 11 a game. Dinwiddie passes to Simmons. Dinwiddie, right side. 4-3. And again, it's the Nets missing. Outside Hood. Oh, trying his luck from deep. Oh, and again, it's the Jazz from deep.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Pass to Thomas. Here's Curry. And again, it's the Nets missing.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Shots good by Hood.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Pass to Thomas. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And the shot goes.
His nimbleness makes him a unique threat at the rim.
On offense, here's Utah. Here's Abaji. Here's Hood. Connects from downtown. Hood's got 31 points.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
Here's Thomas. Oh, got it off in time, but it's no good. And so it's the Utah Jazz. A huge 24-point lead for them. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Jazz, this has been the game they wanted to have.
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
And for Brooklyn, we've got Mikal Bridges. Royce O'Neal is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Ben Simmons, and it's Curry in at the 1. Now here's Curry, pass to Harris. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
What Joe Harris has accomplished in the NBA is so impressive. Grew from a role player to a starter.
Hey, no two ways about it. Joe Harris puts in the work, Richard.
Yeah, he's just proof that it pays off. Just a humble guy, and he plays team first ball. He's always ready to sacrifice, and that persistent effort level has been well rewarded.
Clarkson's checked in for Utah. Finney-Smith's checked in for Brooklyn. And Harris drops them both. And here's Hood.
Thanks. The Cobra in the last game against the Clippers delivered quite a performance. He contributed 40 points and also did a lot of damage from long. He had his handprint all over that game. Put up some big numbers. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
Utah's gone 2 for 2 from the arc here in the second. Inside, Markkanen. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. Markkanen's got 5 now.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
And it's Simmons missing. The Jazz have gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. Outside Hood. Lets it go from deep. Drills it from deep. Hood's got 9 points in the quarter.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Bridges outside. Back to Curry. Pass to Simmons. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Curry. Simmons has gotten his second bucket.
Unselfish play. When your shot's not there, just make the next pass.
To the inside. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
All right, the Jazz making a change here. Olynyk's checked in. Sumner's checked in for Brooklyn. And every team has them. Those games where you just don't have it. Why does that happen, Grant?
Well, B.A., I think, first of all, 82 games. It's a grind of a season. You factor in traveling, injuries, players out for different reasons. You're going to have moments like this where it just doesn't happen. You know what you do? You learn from it, you move on, and you get ready for the next night. His big night continues. He is fueling this lead.
Pass to Harris. Here's Sumner. The 3. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt. Hood on the wing. Connects again from distance.
The parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
And that latest triple ties him for second for most threes in a game. What a monster performance from deep it's been. Now here's Harris, averaging around 6 a game. A shot to stop the run. Bridges misses. The Jazz have gone an outstanding 7 of 7 so far in the second quarter. It's Markkanen on the wing. Here's Hood. Good! Another from 3.
I don't think I've ever seen a player this dialed in from deep.
And by the way, with that make, he's now alone in second place for most threes in a game. At this point, you have to go for that top spot, right? Back to Harris. There's the triple. The shot off that time. And Utah will come the other way. And at home for the next game, it'll be Charlotte pulling in to face them. That'll be the end of a 3-game homestand. Yet another bucket.
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Pass to Finney-Smith. And he lobs it up to the rim. Now another view of that incredible mobile one drive.
Yeah, down big. You got to find a way to generate easy offense. Getting into the paint is step one.
Now Hood. Non-stop scoring machine right here. To the middle. Hey, great communication on the lob.
Oh, what a pass. Those two read each other really well.
Looks like a play they've definitely run in practice. Bridges outside. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Olynyk. In transition, here come the Jazz. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
Pass to Sumner. Back to Simmons. Inside. And the basket by Sumner. Sumner's got 4 points in the quarter.
Great setup. When you have Simmons' height, it's easier to see the entire floor.
Outside Hood. Soft touch off the glass.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
Brooklyn has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Sumner. Got a piece of it. And they're able to recover. Bridges outside. Another shot. The shot by Sumner, no good. Here's Hood. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's the Utah Jazz, way out of reach with an enormous lead as we head into a break. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. We'll be right back with you shortly. Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And Utah has possession. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then it's Jordan Clarkson, and it's Hood in at the point guard position. And that's the group for Will Hardy as we begin the second half. So we see the Jazz taking the W here. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
And that about wraps it up. This is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching. We'll see you next time.